Oh, hey. Here we are. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. Everybody, welcome to Stump the Trivia Master. This is the show where you submit questions to try to stump me, the person who runs Swagbucks Daily Trivia. And if we read your question on air, we had a submission form that's up. That is an evergreen link now. You can go back and find it and submit questions as much as you want, as often as you want. When we do these live streams, if your question is selected to be read on air, you will get 25 SB. If the question stumps me, then you will get an additional 75 SB. So
Nicole just finished all the questions. I have to say, you guys did an amazing job sending me trivia questions this time. Like I could not have asked for better submissions. So thank you. I have been like rushing down to the minute to put these all together for today.
Yes, you've done a great job, no doubt. For everybody watching, I am not looking at your comments. I have not seen these questions. I don't see any of the submissions that come in. And I'm purposefully not looking at the comments and putting them on screen, which we would normally do for Swagbucks on air, because I don't want to see, just in case somebody gives the answer to something. I don't want anything. I don't want to tip the scales in any way. The way it will work is Nicole will read the question. I will try to answer it without any choices. And then if I can't, she will give me a multiple choice, and I will have 10 seconds to make a decision, as you would when you were playing either Daily Trivia Live or the Daily Trivia Challenge.
Yes. Can I just say hello to Gina, who is watching from South Louisiana? That's my home state. So, hey, Gina.
Hello, Gina. Hello to all the people who I'm sure from my home state of Pennsylvania watching. I'm sure the Keystone State well represented in the chat. Feel free to throw up the likes, throw up the hearts, please. We want that positive feedback. We're so glad to have you joining us, whether you are watching on the Swagbucks Twitter, the Swagbucks Facebook page, or the Swagbucks YouTube account. We're up live on all of them.
And apparently we're in the Philippines. We have Joy, who's watching from the Philippines right now, which is amazing. Hello. A lot of Southerners watching. Hey, Misty from Mississippi. Hal, are you ready to get this started?
I'm ready.
I have to say, I'm still standing at my desk. Like I normally would be sitting down for this, but that's how last minute this was. I was walking on my walking pad and standing. And then I was like, oh my gosh, we have 5 minutes till we go live. And I'm still working on these questions. So anyways, but can I just say, I decorated for Halloween back here.
You did?
Orange lights, my little creepy pictures. So I don't know who else out there is already decorated for Halloween, but this weekend I'm doing my front yard, the rest of the house. I am ready for Halloween.
Do you have inflatables, like big inflatable pump?
No.
Are you still walking, by the way? Because I see you moving.
When I stand, I can't stand still. So okay. No, I actually stopped. I stopped. I'm just really I'm like one of those inflatable, things outside of a car.
Yeah. Do you have a big inflatable pumpkin or anything like that?
I don't. I do have a lot of stuff for the yard, but not the inflatables. I really want that. What is it? The 12-foot skeleton at Home Depot. Have you seen this thing?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have.
I really want one of those. What about you, Hal? Is this your first Halloween in your new home?
No. This is the second one. Okay. We have a couple things that are in the house. We have a patio. We don't really have a front yard to display things. So we put a couple things up, but I'm counting down the days till November 1st when I can start breaking out the Christmas stuff, because like any good East Coast Jewish boy, I love Christmas and its music and decorations. I think that's all real fun. So I love to celebrate just the general holiday decor. I love all that stuff. We have a few things. We need to sort of break them out of storage and put them out. We have a little ceramic pumpkin. And we have a blanket that's orange with witches and bats on it.
I love it.
So we gotta do that.
I have to say, one of the things I miss from working like back to back with you when we used to be in the office, like Helen and I used to literally sit back to back,
Yep.
was the early start of the Christmas music that you would
Mhm.
play. I loved it. It made me so happy.
Yes, I would as soon as November 1st hit, I would blare it. Not
Yes,
blare it, but, like, loud enough that we could all enjoy it, and not
exactly. It was at
everybody
an
would.
enjoyable level.
Yes, I don't blast my music.
We're not 20, Hal. We're not blasting anymore.
No, far from it. I learn that every time I try to stay up too late.
Exactly, right? Oh my god.
Yeah.
I stayed up till 10:30 the other night and I was like, "Who am I? Am I 17? Like, what is happening?"
Yeah, I got in bed around 10:30, and I was like, "Huh, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna look at my phone for a second," and then I
you just,
couldn't
like, pass out.
physically
Yeah.
hold it up. I dropped it a couple times. What a
Alright,
mess.
well, hopefully you got a good night's sleep because I got some good questions for you, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Now, I don't have everyone's names, but guys, if I use your question, you will get 25 SB credit to your account. If you stump Hal, you get another 75 SB added to your account for a total of 100. I have to say, there's some good ones and there's some tricky ones in here, so I'm
Oh
excited to
boy.
get started. Okay, Hal, question number one. What is the first show filmed in front of a live studio audience? Now, I'm going to give you the chance to just throw out an answer if you think you know what it is, or I can give you options.
Give me options. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
We have I Love Lucy, Dragnet, or Gunsmoke.
I Love Lucy.
Yes, good job. Yes, I don't have a fun fact for it, but yes, I Love Lucy. I will say my fun fact for I Love Lucy is I was obsessed with that show, and my dream was always to meet Lucille Ball, which obviously that didn't happen, but that was such a good show.
Yeah, it was one of the most watched television shows in history. I think it was when Eisenhower either was elected or gave his inauguration speech, was around the time they had the episode where Lucy gave birth, and she outdrew him in the ratings for
Wow.
that week. That's how
Wow.
big a show that was.
It's so good.
Yeah, no cable back then, kids.
I know. You had 5 shows to pick from.
That's right. They're good shows though.
Yeah, they were. All right. What is the biggest tree in the world? And they're famous trees. So I'm gonna give you names of trees. We
Okay.
have Major Oak, Tree of Tenere, or the General Sherman tree.
I'll go Tree of Tenere.
I had a feeling you'd pick that one because that name was so fancy. It's actually the General Sherman tree. It
Oh,
stands 275 feet tall and is over 36 feet in diameter.
wow.
Yeah.
That is a large tree. Congratulations.
It's
Who stumped me? Do we know the name on this one?
I don't
We
know the
don't know the
name.
name on this
I
one,
don't
but
know. Unfortunately, guys, that's what happens when when I like
yeah.
was rushing like I did today. Didn't get your names, but you will. The person who wrote this, hopefully they're watching. You're going to get 100 SB.
Yeah, we have the information. It's just not
Yes,
here in front of you in this
exactly.
moment. So I've
Yes.
been stumped once. Congratulations. Good job.
All right. Um, this is a funny one. In what country is it illegal to own just one guinea pig?
Oh, I want to say it's Sweden, but I'm not 100% on that.
Okay,
What
I'm
are the
going to give you
choices?
options. New Zealand, Switzerland, or France?
Switzerland.
Yes. It's really interesting. So it's the same for it's guinea pigs and this one other animal. I forgot what it was, but it's illegal to own just one because they are considered very social creatures. So they consider it animal abuse to only have one, which I
Yes, they'll
think is
get
really
lonely.
interesting.
That's right.
Good job. Why did you know this? I mean, I know you didn't exactly know it, but you had an idea. You've heard
I
this
knew
before?
I know that law exists. I couldn't remember. I had Switzerland and Sweden in my head, and for some reason it sounded Swedish.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
I just know these things. This is what happens when you've spent 5 years
Yes.
working on trivia.
I need to stop being surprised when you know these things.
No, I appreciate it. It makes me feel good.
All right, moving on to question number 4. What country has the world's oldest flag? Do you want options?
I do.
Germany, Denmark, or Uzbekistan?
Denmark.
Very good. Was that just a guess?
I think Uzbekistan is relatively new as a country. You would think because it's uh, um, Yeah, just Denmark, I think, has had the same ruling. Like they've been the same country for a very long
Yeah.
time. So it just made more sense than Germany.
Yeah, Germany, I just threw in there. Uzbekistan, my brother was actually stationed there in the early 2000s, so that's why I was like, "Oh, I'll throw that country in there. Maybe I'll trick you up because it's like a crazy country name."
Yeah.
Obviously, that didn't happen. But the Danish flag, called the Dannenborg, dates back to the 13th century AD. It is believed to have been in existence since 1219 and recognized as a national flag in 1625.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Really interesting.
Those
Guys, I
European countries.
know when you joined today, you didn't know you were going to get a history lesson, but here you go. You're getting a history lesson today.
You're welcome. Yes.
Okay. This next one, question number 5. How many breeds does the AKC recognize? Is it 75, 485, or 199?
I think it's 75.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You're wrong. Oh, we got 2 stumps today. All right. This one was a tricky one. It's actually 199.
Mm.
Yes. That's all I got.
I debated that one for a second, but I didn't answer it ultimately,
Yeah.
so I was stumped.
Yeah. What I did see was that the AKC is the governing body of a lot of different like dog breed shows.
Mm.
So I thought that was interesting. Okay, let me check this guy. You got stumped. All right. Moving on. This one was really interesting because I didn't know this. Question number, what is this? 6. Which branch of the military did Drew Carey serve in?
Oh, I want to say it's either the Army or the Marines.
Well, both of those are options, so I'm not even going to give you a third option.
I think because the glasses that he wore, even when he didn't need them, were from his government issue glasses. They were based on the glasses he wore when he was in the armed services. I'm gonna say he was in the Army. I don't think he was a Marine. I think he was in the Army.
He was a
Oh, he
Marine.
was a
He
Marine.
was a Marine. Yes.
Wow. I want to shout out Drew Carey. Is right now my union SAG-AFTRA is on strike,
Yes.
and the Writers Guild just reached a tentative agreement with the producers, which is fantastic. But he during that strike, during the Writers Guild strike, he said anybody who has a union card that goes to one of 2 places in LA, one is Swingers, and I think the other was like, I don't know if it was Bob's Big Boy or whatever it was. He paid for their meals. So all you had
Wow.
to do is show up, show your union card, and the meal was on him,
That's
which is
amazing.
incredibly generous. There are a lot of people who, these strikes, no matter what the union is, they hit everybody financially. So that was really, really generous. Like a way to step up. Like what a mensch.
I feel like a lot of people don't understand that the strike really did affect so many people financially. I think when you hear someone's in the entertainment industry, you think that they're making millions of dollars, but that's not the case. And to see the people that really have all this money come out and support everyone else is, I've heard a couple stories like that. It's really amazing to see.
Yeah. Yeah. It's when the community comes together, when any community comes together, it's a really beautiful thing.
It really is. All right. Let's stay on the topic of like TV and entertainment.
Okay.
How?
Yes.
What was the dog's name in the Brady Bunch?
Tiger.
Oh, good job. I was thinking you would need an option for that one. Yes.
Yeah.
I used to love that show. And when I saw the question, the person who provided it didn't provide the answer. And I was like, what was it? I could not remember this dog's name for anything. And I'd like seen every single episode multiple times, but for some reason I could not remember the dog's name.
That poor dog, I think it was during a break in filming, wandered out into traffic and was hit by a car and killed.
No.
That is true. That's what happened that was Tiger's fate. And I don't think they replaced him with another tiger. I think Tiger just sort of like stopped being in the show, if I'm remembering correctly.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry to bring it down.
R.I.P. Tiger. All right, we'll move on. We're going to stick on the topic of animals.
Okay.
This is such a fascinating story. What type of animal caused the Great Chicago Fire of 1871?
A cow.
You knew this. I did not know this. This is so fascinating. And so the cow, for everyone who didn't know, supposedly kicked over a lantern that started this fire. But apparently the O'Leary family claims that it's not true and that the cow was already put away at night and it didn't happen. But yeah, that's really interesting. I'm not going to ask why you know that.
There's a rhyme that's like late last night when we were all in bed. Mrs. Like O'Leary's cow kicked a lantern. I just remember the end is it'll be a hot time in the old town tonight. Fire, fire, fire. But yes, Mrs. O'Leary's cow is the that's what everybody. I don't know if if I were in the O'Leary family, I would also be trying to clear my family's name.
Yeah, exactly.
And that poor cow.
I feel like that's like an East Coast song. I don't think that song made its way
Probably
to the
not.
South.
Yeah. I don't know. The weird things you encounter.
Yes. There's this other song that just reminded me, off topic. There's this other song that comes out during Christmas that is also like a famous like New York East Coast song. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. Is it Dominic the Christmas Donkey?
Yes. Thank you. I recently heard that and I was like, that song is amazing. I never heard it before in my life. And this podcast I listened to plays it during Christmas. And I'm like, what is this song?
It's one of those songs you listen to and you go like, is this okay now?
Yeah, probably. Yes. I don't know that I heard all of the lyrics of the song.
I think it's just the general tenor of it. Of like, here are Italians, like maybe not, but yes, it is a popular novelty song from I think the 50s or 60s.
I think that's what they said, something like that.
Yeah.
All right. 2 questions left.
Oh boy.
All right. How many top 10 hits has Madonna had on the Billboard Hot 100? We've got 38, 57, or 10.
38 seems like a lot. I'm trying to think of how many there would be. It would be like Material Girl. Is it 38?
Remember, she had a lot. Well, no, I'm not supposed to give hints.
Could it be 38 in the top 10? I'll go 38. That seems like a good midway.
Correct. Yep. I feel like she had a resurgence in the early 2000s and had a lot of top 10 hits then. Because remember, like Ray of Light and all those songs.
Yeah. And then, like Mysterious, whatever it is. But even before that, you have like Lucky Star, Borderline, Material Girl. Almost everything she came out with in the early to mid 80s was a hit.
Yeah. She was a hit maker.
Into the 90s, yeah.
All right. We're down to our last question.
Oh, boy.
This flew by.
Wow.
So far, you have 3 wrong. So
that's amazing. It's the most stumps ever.
It is. You guys, I'm telling you, everyone really gave some good trivia questions this time.
Great job.
How many official languages does Switzerland have? 1, 4, or 15?
I'm gonna say 4.
Congratulations, you got that right.
are the languages? Let me see if I can guess the languages. Okay. Is it French? Has got to be one.
Yes.
German's got to be another.
Yep.
German. I'm trying to think. Danish is not a language, but something in that area, some Scandinavian language. Is it Norse? Is that a language? No.
No, but there is
Norwegian.
one. No. There's a very common language that you're missing, not English.
Spanish?
No. So you've got German, you've got French, you have
Italian.
Yes. And then the 4th one, which I think is where you were trying to go, is Romanosh.
Oh, like for Romani people, like Romanosh?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the rest of it makes sense because they're the Alps, the French, Italian, Swiss Alps.
Apparently, it's a dying language, according to Google.
Well, Romanish?
Yes.
I'm sure it is. But it'll be kept alive. All languages survive in some way.
They do. You know, who knew twice in 1 week we'd be talking about languages that are like either dead or dying?
I know. I can't believe this. We had a private discussion about Latin, and then now here we are again.
I know.
Language killers.
Well, Hal, you did an amazing job. You did get 3 wrong, but you still, if this would have been Daily Trivia Live, you would have walked away with what? 6 points? 5
I would have
points.
taken that 6 SB.
Yeah.
I'll take that to the bank.
Yeah. So I still think you did pretty good. Thank you to everyone who submitted questions. I really appreciate it. And I just saw someone in the comments. Dan, I did see your question about the Return of Jedi. I saw it too late. I had just picked my 10. So maybe I'll save that for next time.
Do you have it? You want to throw it to me real quick? Give it to me real quick. Let's see if I got it.
Okay, let's see. Wait, hold
Not
on.
to put you on the spot. We have like a minute or two. So
No!
I got intrigued by Return of the Jedi.
Okay, Star Wars episode. I'm not good with Roman numerals. 5, 6. Return of the Jedi was originally titled. Oh God, sorry guys. Revenge of the Jedi. Why was it changed?
Because George Lucas said that Jedi wouldn't take revenge. It didn't.
Oh
It
my
didn't go with
God!
them.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I knew. There you go. And
There
we
you
got
go,
Dan.
Dan.
We got Dan 25 SB for a Star Wars question.
Yes, we did. Everyone will be credited today, so it'll be in your account by the end of the day. How? This was fun.
Great. Keep submitting questions, everybody, please, because we're gonna try to do these somewhat regularly, and we need your questions to do it. It's a chance for you to get some SB, and the more specific and better supported your question is, the more likely it is Nicole's gonna pull it, because then she doesn't have to do as much fact checking work, just to make sure everything's good and all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
I greatly appreciate that, because let me tell you, when I was going and I'm trying to back check and then there's not a lot of options in there, it drives me a little crazy. So
yeah, it's tough. it's and to anyone who's submitting anything, I appreciate it. It's not easy to write trivia questions. I can tell you that firsthand. So keep doing it, keep going, keep submitting, and keep earning SB for getting them read right here on Stump the Trivia Master.
I have to say, Hal, there was a trivia question you had in yesterday's Daily Trivia Live that I was like, oh, that was a good, like, how did he even think of this? I wish I could remember what the question was. It was like one of the earlier questions, but I was like, how did he even think to come up with this as a trivia question? It was so good. But just also speaking of trivia, make sure you play tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, Daily Trivia Live. Also play Daily Trivia Challenge any time of the day. Earn those extra points.
That's right. And happy hour tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Awesome. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.